Actually, technically, good morning. Good morning from us, and I think good morning from a lot of you guys. It is midnight in Thailand. As you can see behind us, the windows are open and it is dark outside. Very dark. So yeah, we're excited to be here and excited to see so many friendly names instead of faces in the chat. Ted, Brown Eyed Girl, Traveling Hatter, Gary, Monica, Aravinda. Oh, Aravinda, look who made it to Thailand. Let's see who else. Yeah, so come on in, everybody. So nice to see you guys. We have been here for what, like a week now, and a smidge under the weather. I started just before we left, and Rob got sick once we're here, so he will not be speaking as much. We're gonna be like Penn and Teller. Which one am I? I'm Penn. No, I'm Penn and he's Teller. Anyways, we went to their show one time in Las Vegas, and it was so funny because they both talk. If you meet them afterwards, they come out after the show and they chat with everybody and they both talk. So we both normally talk. Rob's going to be doing more minimalist talking today, but hello everybody. Let's see. We got friends coming from all over the place, it looks like. Ooh, hello, Martin and Tanya. Hi guys. Robert, hello from New York. The window guys. Yeah. Love it. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. So we're going to talk a little bit about our budget. We didn't get around because we were traveling so much while we were in the U.S. Oh, yeah, Kuwait's in the house. Hey, haven't seen you guys in a little bit. Awesome. Welcome. The Bay Area also. Welcome. Tampa. Alexa, as you can see, Alexa is our daughter, for anyone that does not know that. Thus, all the emojis. She's 25. And if you haven't checked out her channel and you like to read, go check that out. There's a link to her channel, just her name, Alexa Marmion. Go check that out. She's got some really cool stuff. Also, if you're shopping for a Kindle, she did a really great video on reviewing all the new Kindles. She got her hands on all of them and did a really good review on that. So make sure you check that out. Link for her channel is down in the description. So yeah, we did a lot of traveling while we were in the US, and we may have gone over budget by a hair in November. A really big hair. So yeah, let's talk about the month of November is the one we're going to talk about today, because let's see, the month of November had brought us 3 cruises, and just a lot of expenses. But the funny part is that those 3 cruises actually helped us to save some money.
Yep.
Instead of staying in hotels and eating at restaurants, going on the cruises was actually cheaper, which is crazy. The prices for hotels and food in the US were really wild this time around for us. So yeah, Rob's drinking his water, trying to keep that cough under control. But let me break it down for you. We've got our Thai drinking water. Our host bought us some water, so he's digging into it. So let's talk about it. Let's look at the budget. So one thing we had to purchase for November was our flight from LA to Thailand. And we decided this time around, after we flew home the last time, it was such a struggle bus riding in economy for a long haul flight. I don't know why we just bought it. I guess because it was really cheap, guys. It was only $500 a person, but that was really just not worth it. So we learned our valuable lesson, and this time around we bought premium economy, which was 100% worth it. And we got a really good price. Also, it was only $800 per person for one way each. So that was $1,800, or just under that. It was around $1,800 for both of us for premium economy from LAX to Thailand, which is amazing. Now, let's talk about those cruises. We had 3 cruises we did. We did a birthday cruise with Alexa. We also did a repositioning cruise going from Canada down to LA. Then we did that birthday cruise with Alexa. And then we did the cruise with our students from our courses, from the YouTube course and from the Retirement Travel Jumpstart course. So we had those 3 cruises almost back to back to back. And we spent, let's see, how much did we spend on that? We spent about $7,500, guys. So already, if you've already done that math, you know that it's already over budget by quite a lot. Then we did pay for 2 nights at a Holiday Inn Express. That was another $100. So the total coming in for everything that we spent in November while in the U.S., over $10,000, you guys.
Yeah, it was kind of a shocking month, but we knew it was going to be high. So, hey, Sean and Denise, glad to have you here.
Hey, guys.
If you guys have questions, too, about our budget or your budget, budgeting, travel, any of that, drop them in the chat, too. We can answer that. I got a burst of energy here to talk for a
burst
minute.
of energy.
Felt like maybe I wouldn't cough for 10 seconds. So, yeah, so drop those questions in there. But November was really just a very expensive month, and it felt expensive while we were doing it. Like every little thing was like, this is $40. And we kept saying, well, next month in Thailand, that'll be $5. Alexa loved hearing that the whole month.
We were like, do you know how much this would cost in Thailand? Yeah. But yeah, so that was pretty wild. But we knew that going in. It wasn't that it was not unplanned for, it was just what it was. What had to happen.
That's right. Yeah. Aravinda, did you see the duck is here?
Yes. Wonder Woman ducky. My new friend Aravinda brought this little Wonder Woman duck for me. If you don't know, I love Wonder Woman. As you can see, my Wonder Woman bracelet that I wear all the time, among other clues I have dropped along the way. So that was really cool, but I like having her. I have a desk in this apartment, and so she sits on my desk and watches me work on my computer, which I did today. Actually, I worked on a video for us today. If you're a member, you probably already received a notification for this, but it's a members only video. We're gonna be adding a little bit more content for you guys, doing members only videos and members only posts. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you check that out, because those are gonna be kind of just fun little behind the scenes type things that we don't do a whole video about, because no, maybe not the masses want to see it, I don't know, but just some fun stuff behind the scenes, and also some extra tips and things like that also from behind the scenes.
Yeah, and we also get asked whenever we release our budget every month about our spreadsheets, and so we did put all of our spreadsheets, our budget, our credit card trackers, our hotel tracker, our travel planners, our stock portfolios, all those spreadsheets, we put them in the members section too. So if you are a member of the channel, you can download all of those and use them for yourself, or just look at them however you want to do that. So I got a lot of questions here. Let's jump into a couple.
Okay.
Let's see.
I was chatting and I missed
No,
them.
that's fine. Where would you go if you were a single woman on a small budget?
I would go to, well, there's a couple different places depending, but if you're looking into maybe going towards Europe, I would lean into some place like Italy. I know a lot of people think that it's expensive. It's really not expensive. Just the key is just finding a good housing there. So that would be an ideal place in Europe. If you're looking for someplace in Asia, maybe Southeast Asia, then someplace like Thailand would be very ideal because it's very safe. It's incredibly affordable, obviously. And I think it would be enjoyable. So those would be 2 kind of places on each side of the world to kind of grab from.
Hey, Cherie, welcome. I
Hi,
missed,
Cherie.
I missed you coming in. Glad you're
Yeah,
here.
I didn't see her.
Reggie, we have someone that does our taxes. We don't bother with that. It's too much. Just pay someone to do it.
That's right.
That's the thing.
Well, they keep up with all the laws and all that kind of stuff. We don't have to mess with it.
Yeah. And then we got a question here from Sultan about health insurance. So our health insurance is normally in our budget. We pay about $280 a month, but it's like a year-long thing. Like you can only get that kind if you're full-time traveling. So most people, and I did want to mention this, probably need to check because a lot of people are doing like short-term, or they're doing like a month and then back to the U.S. for a month, and then they're going out for another month, they're coming back, or just doing like short trips. And a lot of times your regular U.S. insurance won't cover you for that. So in that case, I would look into the safety wing insurance because it's designed for those sort of short stint trips. We do have a link to that in the description. That is not what we use because we're gone for the whole year. So you could use that for that, but that's just not what we're doing.
No.
But if you're kind of like caught in between because you're like, we're going to spend 3 months in the U.S., then we're going to go to Europe for a month, then we're going to come back, you might want to just supplement what you've got with the safety wing. Let's see. Do you find the best value to be buying IHG points when they're on sale? Yeah, for sure. When they're on sale.
Yeah, I actually got another offer after the one expired on December 2nd. We were just talking about this yesterday, was it? Yeah, yesterday I just got another email or notification, I guess, in my app that I have another offer again for 100%, and they're letting me exceed the limit that I had before.
Yeah. Let's see. We are, Brown Eyed Girl, we are in our Airbnb. Yeah, we were in a hotel when we first got here.
Yeah, we
for
were.
a few days.
Yeah, we were in a hotel for just a few days, and it was actually not very far from where we're staying. So when it was time to move into our Airbnb, our host actually came and walked over with us from the hotel. So that was nice.
Hey, David. David's, I think, doing the Christmas market trip.
Oh, that's right, David. Very nice.
Let us know how it's going. I don't know if you've made it to the markets yet, but he's in Estonia.
Nice. I've heard a lot of great things about Tallinn.
You should post some pictures from Estonia in the retirement travel community. 'Cause
Yes.
I would love to see those.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, glad to see Foodie's vacation. Glad to see you. We're happy to be back. This is our normal time. We are a little jet lagged still.
So it worked out perfectly for this week.
Let's see. David's saying you've stated you both buy points. Actually, we only she buys points. I don't buy points. I would buy them for Hyatt because that's the one that I have the main account on. But we have not. I don't think we have ever bought points on both of our IHG accounts. We're considering buying more. We haven't bought all we can buy this year. But we're not sure because we're booked up. Basically, we have 2025 booked out through October. And I'm not sure we're going to need more points.
Yeah.
Because we ended up with so many Hyatt points as well. So we're doing both. Hyatt, we're basically doing Hyatt, IHG, and then we ended up with like 300,000 Marriott points. And so we're doing a month in Cambodia for free with those.
Yeah, that's going to be nice.
Does Rob bring a sports jacket when traveling?
No, we actually have found zero uses for a sport jacket for Rob, and I have kind of a middle of the road dress that works for like if we're on a cruise and you have to dress up. We find that just a collared shirt, like a golf shirt kind of thing, works really well if you have to dress up for something. I don't know that we've attended anything that required a sports jacket, so for us personally, we have found zero need for one.
Not gonna lie to you, I don't even have shoes right now.
He literally just has his little all-in-one shoes and then just flip-flops. That's all that's here.
It's a good way to go.
Neither of us has closed-toed shoes. I went earlier this week to go get my toes done at the nail shop that I frequent here, and the girls were so excited to see me. And she was like, "Oh," she was like, "It's been a minute," because as your nails grow, the pate goes down, and so I was like, "Yeah, I didn't do it in the U.S. because I was wearing socks and shoes the whole time. It was cold." They said it was cold in the U.S. I was like, "Yeah." They said, "Did it snow?" I said, "No, thankfully it didn't snow, but it was cold. I don't have to wear shoes and socks anymore though." So I said, "Now I have to get my toes done because I have to show people my feet."
Let's see. Hey, Louisa and Michael. Glad you guys are here. Retired Life Mexico.
Oh yeah, hi.
Welcome. Are you gonna do the Sunshine International tour of the locations? Deborah wants to know.
So yeah, we're planning on trying to do a whole video on that. So we'll keep you guys updated. We'll be headed in that direction during our stay in Thailand this time around. So we'll be right there.
Yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna try to see if they'll let us come in and film and give us a tour.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Monica wants to know, how do you find out how much points it will cost per night with IHG?
How much points it will cost per night? Yeah, I mean, you just have to put in the different, places that you're looking to go. What do you think is the best strategy for finding lower maybe numbers?
Yeah.
Lower points per night?
The best strategy depends on where you're going, but there's a glitch in the IHG app where if you type in Malaysia, it'll show you all of Asia. And then you just type in your dates in the app and it'll show you the points for each night. But then if you sort by points, it'll show you the lowest to the highest. You'll see all of Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Almost always starts out with Indonesia and Malaysia as the cheapest ones. But then you'll see all of them from there.
Yeah, Robert is asking about thoughts on the Villa V ship. Any plans for it? No. If you've watched videos on our cruise channel, which by the way is I edited a bunch of videos for our cruise channel this week or today. I edited a bunch of them. New bottle of water. And we've got new videos coming there. But I did do a video on, we tried retiring on a cruise ship. We did 45 days on back-to-back ships. And we decided that it was not really something we wanted to do long-term. Lots of reasons for that. If you go check it out, you'll see the video on Grounded Life Cruises. We did a whole video about that and why we would not do that.
Interesting. Yeah. We top out at about a month.
Yeah.
For cruises.
Yeah, and actually this time around we did almost a month with the back-to-back. Because one of them was like 10 days. So
yeah, we start to get too fidgety and it's hard to get stuff done on a cruise ship, and you can get behind and you don't see all the stuff you want to see. We just have a hard time. After about a month is the limit for us. So let's see.
Where are we at? Okay, looks like we got a lot of people interested in the Sunshine Place. Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. We need to go get some footage of that and just check it out for ourselves. Yeah, because where's your friends? Is in Wuhan? Yeah. Well, we'll be there with her. So.
Yeah. We don't actually do a sale on the courses because they are incredibly reasonably priced for what we offer and continue to offer and adding on to it. So it's a super, super deal. It's worth every penny in our opinion. So we keep those pretty consistent.
Mostly because the course comes with the community, which I think most people in the community would say the community can be worth more than the course, and that most time when you're in a community it's like a monthly fee. This is just like once, so
Mm-hmm.
that's why we can't do it too much. Let's see. Tom is saying, what was your cost per night cruising in November, and was it more or less than your previous cruise experience? Great question. It was about $200 to $300 a night, probably, and it was more. Like, it seems like 3-4 years ago they were cheaper.
Yes.
Definitely feels that way. But 3-4 years ago, hotels were cheaper too, and food was cheaper in restaurants. So it kind of feels like we're like bad mouthing that cruise prices have gone up. But then when we looked at the math, the reason that we were on the cruise was like we did it. I think it was like an 8 or 9 night cruise from Vancouver to LA. And have you looked at the prices of hotels in Vancouver and in LA? It was like $300 to $400 a night, and then the food. Don't even get me started on that. You're gonna spend at least $100 just going to like anywhere. So you're looking at $400 to $500 a day just to stay on the West Coast. And we had to be on the West Coast because our daughter lives there, and we were trying to get to her for her birthday, so we couldn't really go anywhere else. So we're just like, let's just go on a cruise. Even though it's $200 to $300 a night, it's still way cheaper than it would have been. Now, normally, it used to be. I remember 5 years ago, we were like getting a hotel in New Mexico for like $49 a night.
Yeah, like the day of, we were buying them. We were doing road trips, and we were booking them as we were driving to the places, which is really crazy. That's just crazy. It doesn't make any sense. Let's see. David's saying there's a bug on the IHE app that you can't see the points unless you click into the property. I'll look on mine and see. I'll confirm that for you in a minute here. What is a good points match for Amtrak? I'm not sure what you mean by points match. There's no way to transfer points to Amtrak, I don't think. Right. You only get the points by using their card, and it's only good for that.
Thank you, Cherie. Go check out Cherie's channel.
That's right, Cherie by C.
How do you make money traveling besides YouTube? That's a good question. Because we make money in a lot of different ways. Most of it, like, we've been doing, like, basically our whole life, we've been entrepreneurs. We haven't worked for anyone in quite some time. So we have a lot of old ways that we're still making some money. I could go into a big tangent here, but one way is I've been a photographer for the last 20 years, so we make it's not a lot. We make some money off of my photography still, even though I'm not doing it anymore. We still sell all those photos. That's why we have a modeling channel, because we used to work in commercial photography. So stock photos, we make money selling stock photos. But side note, maybe we're gonna make a video about this, but you see, if you watch TikTok, if you watch any place where there's young kids talking about selling their photos, they are lying to you. They are not making any money selling their photos anymore. But all these kids on TikTok are saying, I'm making so much money. So at one point, I was in the top 25 in the world for selling photos, according to Adobe. And so if my income has dropped, these kids, they're not making any money. It's all just lies, trying to get you to sign up for a course on how to do it. So anyway, we make money on stock photos. We make some money from our blogs, but again, I wouldn't do that anymore either. How else do we make money? Blogging, stock photos, YouTube.
Yeah.
Investments.
And just like affiliate stuff from
that's
associated with YouTube, because it's affiliate stuff off of that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, there's other ways you could make money, but that's enough. Robert stayed in Gallup, New Mexico for $14 a night.
Ooh.
Anita, you should should have done a hotel review on that.
Yeah,
I would
for
watch
real.
that.
For $14. When was that, Robert?
Was that
Because you
this?
said I once stayed. When was that?
Was that this
I'd like
year?
to know, Robert.
Because I saw a hotel here for $8 this year.
Yeah.
I was thinking about staying. Let's see.
Where are we at?
Where are we at? We got sidetracked by Robert.
Lost our play. We got sidetracked by the $14 a night hotel in New Mexico.
I like a good deal, Robert. Let's see.
Ted's got some travel coming up.
Ted's saying he's going to the Philippines. Need to stay near the Mall of Asia.
Okay.
Closest IHG is the Holiday Inn Express there. I think there's a Hyatt there, Ted, near the Mall of Asia. If I'm not mistaken, we did not stay there, but there is a Hyatt. Fairly sure. It's fairly nice. Just had a points redemption at the Shangri-La Vancouver.
Ooh.
Was that the one that was right across the... No, that wasn't.
No, that was a different one.
That was
I don't
the
remember
Pan
what that.
Pacific.
Oh, Pan Pacific. Yeah, I knew it was two words. I couldn't remember what it was.
We just...
Yeah.
Where did we stay at in Vancouver?
At the Fairmont waterfront.
Fairmont, yeah. We used our Amex.
The $200 hotel
Yeah.
deal, which worked out really quite well, because it was the $200. And did we pay extra above that, or was the room actually $200? It was a little bit more. Okay, so it was literally, we were getting on a cruise ship, so the port was across the street, like actually just across the street. We got $100 in food and beverage credit, which we used, no problem. And our breakfast was included, which was amazing. And the staff there was so great. They went above and beyond. They upgraded our room also to a view, and a room with a view of the water, which was beautiful. So it was really good. It was completely worth it to use the $200 hotel redemption with the Amex. That was a good feature.
Let's see. Ted's saying any advice. Oh, I think
I think he was just asking.
Oh yeah, about
this.
the yeah. Look at the Hyatt.
So Wolf Daddy says
Bonus matching points when purchasing points.
Oh, I've never
We've
seen
never-
that from Amtrak before.
We've only bought points once from Amtrak.
And it was not very many, because we just needed a few more to finish
Yeah.
getting a points redemption. So it wasn't very many that we bought that time. It wasn't bad, but it was just a very small amount we needed.
Yeah, exactly. Robert says the hotel was not pretty. They're not interfering. That's the content we want, Robert.
Thank you, Robert.
Hey, my voice is feeling better. I'm not coughing too much.
Hey.
Maybe the live chat. I just needed
That's
to be
it.
with.
If you guys could just chat
friends.
with him all day, every day, that
all
will...
night tonight, because it's gonna go downhill right when I get off of this. David says the IHG bug is only in the U.S. properties, so we never search U.S. properties.
That's probably why we haven't run into it.
But speaking of U.S. properties, stay tuned. There's gonna be I think we're gonna do a members only video. Should I tell them where we're gonna stay at the beach? A little clue.
Maybe a clue?
I have to now. We're gonna have a cool.
Don't tell anybody else.
Yeah, don't tell anybody. We're gonna have a cool hotel we're staying at the beach in about 3 weeks, and it's 35,000 Hilton points. Now, you know us, we don't ever
Don't
use
get
Hilton.
us started on Hilton.
Because Hilton, you can't get anything. What can you get for 35,000 Hilton points? Like Hilton Garden Inn, Des Moines, Iowa? That'd be pretty good. We are staying at an amazing place at the beach for 35,000 Hilton points. So stay tuned for that. I'm sure we'll have a tour. It's going to be spectacular, I think. I hope.
There will be probably multiple videos from this place.
If it's not spectacular, there's going to be a video about how disappointed we are. But it's going to be spectacular.
I hope it's not disappointing.
No.
It looks really cool.
It's going to be great. So stay tuned for that.
Do you have a range, Elizabeth wants to know, for points in Asia, or that you recommend?
Points per night when staying
Range.
in Asia. I mean, it depends on your budget. So we try to stay about the highest we've ever done for IHG is like 16,000 a night. I think that's usually about the lowest you can get some of the nicer intercontinentals for. So like we got the Intercontinental Landmark 72 Hanoi, Intercontinental Yokohama, Japan. Those were both about 16,000. Now you gotta like scroll through all the dates because normally they're more than that.
Yeah.
But we try to stay low season wherever we are. So we normally keep it about under 16,000. Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Let's
Foodie
see.
Vacations is enjoying the
YouTube
course.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good.
And I did enjoy your last video.
Let's see. We've never bought airline points.
No.
No.
And we don't have any type of airline loyalty. And we do have a video planned talking about that too, because there are a lot of changes to points programs. Most of them, almost all of them, affect just the airline loyalty situation. So we'll be going over that a little bit more, but just to kind of, in short, we never buy airline points, and we have no loyalty to any particular airline. We have no airline card or anything like that, because in our situation, it just makes absolute zero sense. We were originally when we set out, we were based out of Atlanta. So obviously Delta would make sense. However, Delta, loyalty would make absolutely zero sense for us right now, seeing as they're not going to fly me from, Bangkok to Cambodia. They're not going to fly me from Cambodia to Japan. It will be of no use. I spend most of the year outside of the U.S. Having loyalty to a U.S. based airline would make no sense. And the same thing in Asia, honestly. The prices are so good, it just doesn't matter. You can get really good redemptions if you in the course. I'll give this little tip from in the course. We talk about points, which is what we use to check for point redemption for flights. We use that a lot because we can do points. We do use points for like business class flights and stuff around Asia and get incredible redemptions. I used my welcome offer points from one of my cards, and we got like 4 business class flights. So for just points, which was great. That's probably more than you wanted to know, though.
Nasrani asks, we've inspired them so much. Just curious what the highest earning income stream is. We might as well talk about that since we haven't done one in a while. So it's definitely YouTube right now. YouTube is by far and away the highest earning stream. And that doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. It's like still on the rise. So if you're interested in YouTube, it is a great time to get going on that. Especially most of you watching this are in our age range. That's why we did the YouTube over 40 course, because it is really best for you. But for us, this channel is not our highest earning channel. It's one of our other channels. So we have a couple other travel channels, and if there's a video on this channel a couple months ago that talks about how much we got paid for our 2 million view video. People kind of mistook it and thought it was on this channel, but the video was talking about a video on our other channel. And I'm trying to remember how much we did get paid now, but I think it was like $29,000 or $30,000 for that video. So
for just that one.
For
video.
one video, it's a 30-minute video. We've probably by now we've made $30,000 on that. So that is definitely the highest, without a doubt, paying stream. But this channel is doing very well. Cruise channel is doing very well. We've given up on the modeling channel because
we don't have that business anymore.
It's still making money, but we don't have.
It's still there. The information's still there for people to get, but we haven't created new content for it since we left, because we don't work with models anymore. So
right. Let's see. So hopefully that answers your question. People saying, sure, yeah, we're going to use the Hilton points. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it is hard to use those. As a matter of fact, I have a free night, and every couple days we're like, where are we going to use that free night? What are we going to use it on? It's still sitting there. I totally get that.
Yeah. Let's see. Porto, Portugal, David, doing a tapestry.
Ooh, nice. Oh,
Across
wow.
from the cathedral. $155 for 7 nights. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's only a little over 20,000 points a night.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah, airline points are never worth it. Rome. Rome is very expensive for hotel points.
Wow, yeah. Rome is tough. Man, we actually had a paid reservation there, and we had booked it early. This was Easter, I think 2 years ago. Is that right? Easter 2 years ago. Easter in Rome. Sometimes we have crazy ideas. We knew what we were doing, but we got a really good deal. However, we were getting a little bit nervous because we were hearing that the hotels were canceling people's reservations who got really good deals and were making them pay more. And so we get to the hotel and we're sitting there hearing what people are paying as they're checking in. We got there too early to check in, so we were just waiting in the lobby. Kept hearing people say the amounts, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're never gonna let us check in for what we're paying. It was obscenely huge difference between what we were paying and what clearly everybody else was paying when I hear people paying as they were leaving. And we checked in and they let us do it miraculously for the rate that we had booked it at, and we were like, oh my gosh, this is so good. They even gave us like a corner room and everything. So it was amazing, but Rome is not cheap.
Yeah, always book your hotels right now. You should always be booking your hotels way ahead of time and always refundable, because then you can switch it out if you find a better rate or whatever. But prices these days, whenever we try to always double check the rate like a week before we go to see if something better is out there.
Yeah.
It's almost always more expensive these days. It used to be that it would be cheaper, and we would end up canceling and rebooking. But now it's just always like the price has gone way up. So you definitely want to get a rate way ahead of time.
Yeah, and when you book with points, you can cancel it and switch it and all that kind of stuff without any kind of a penalty, which is really a great bonus of booking with points. So that's really nice.
Monica wants to know what airline we flew.
Monica, we flew on United. Our flight was on United, and the first leg of the flight was LA to Narita in Tokyo, and then the second leg was from Narita, Tokyo. We were on ANA. It was a code share to straight into Bangkok. So it was great. Highly recommend, like I said, the premium economy. We got the bulkhead, so we can get up and move around and stretch and all that kind of stuff. There was a ton more space. And actually, on the United portion of the flight, the food actually was different. So it was like a middle of the road food between what they were serving in first class or business class, and in economy, we had a different menu than those two had. So that was pretty cool too. And the food was actually pretty phenomenal, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But big news, they are going to be doing direct flights from
That's right.
The U.S. to Thailand sometime soon.
Yes, I believe it's LAX straight into Bangkok and Bangkok straight into LAX starting in February, if I remember correctly. Do not quote me, but early next year it'll happen. So yay.
Oh, that's amazing.
Won't make a difference to us because we're already here, but when we go back, we'll probably leave from here and get a direct flight. That will be amazing. Oh my goodness.
I do like stopping in Tokyo.
He does, because he likes to eat ramen at the airport.
Speaking of Tokyo, where's Gary? I saw Gary in the pre-chat. Said he was going to be blundering around Australia soon. It made me think about, I need to follow Gary around the city somewhere. Where you at, Gary?
Yeah, and Blue Egg Kansan, yeah, that Amtrak card is great. You do get a lot of great benefits from it. Plus, I do like also that you get a discount also if you're buying something on the train, like if you're using it at the cafe car or something, you also get a discount. It comes back, you know, a refund back to you. So that's really nice. And those companion coupons, you're right, Elizabeth, those are amazing. We bought a ton of tickets, lots of train travel using those companion tickets. It really is very helpul.
All right, Gary's still here.
Gary's
good.
checking in. He's blundering.
We're checking in on you, Gary. Let's see. Deborah wants to know, have you used your Hilton free night from the Aspire? We did one.
No, we've got one right now.
We have one.
Yeah, that we're still hanging on to. We used one, but we still have one. Actually, the one we used was at the Conrad in Tokyo. Ooh, that was nice. That was a very good redemption. I gotta find something just as good to use the other one on.
Yeah.
Maybe working, same one.
Maybe. Living, working outside the box. Hey, David from Florida.
Hello, greetings.
Glad you're here, too. Appreciate that. Do you guys have a lot in savings? Not really in the savings accounts. We have invested. Let's see.
Status match.
David's talking about flying to Da Nang.
Ah.
We don't have our flight yet for Da Nang, but we have the hotel. We are moving.
But we're just flying from over here.
Yeah,
so
we're already here.
It's going to be like $100.
I did want to, after the group cruise, so there were a few people that came to the group cruise from another time zone. And after seeing that and having just done that, I would recommend, if you're gonna do extra time before or after the Da Nang trip, I would get there a little early and do like, you know, go to Halong Bay or go to Phu Quoc or go to, you know, Saigon or something for a few days. That jet lag is so far, it's gonna take you a week to totally feel normal. Not that you won't be able to enjoy anything, but definitely. Because when you get like in a group situation like that, people are going to want to stay up late. I know this because it just happened. We even had Allie out till like 2 a.m. on
That's
the group
unheard
cruise.
of.
That's unheard of. Allie is like go to bed at 12:30 on New Year's Eve.
Bundled up and curled up in my bed with my blankie at 9:45 in hopes of falling asleep at 10.
Yeah, so if the group dynamic was able to get Allie to stay up till 2 a.m., you're going to want to stay up till 2 a.m.
You will.
And if you're jet lagged, it's going to be much harder.
Yeah, ask my kids. They were like, you stayed up till what time? They were shocked.
Yeah. Sri says you got to take your vitamins before dining.
Yes,
that
ma'am.
Is true. Because
You're right.
You know what happens is she gets sick, then I get sick.
He has to copy me.
Yeah, it's a privilege. So yeah, we're gonna get some of those Japanese vitamins.
Ronan wants train travel tips from Vancouver to Winnipeg with stops, July, August, question mark?
You can only do the Canadian.
The Canadian is pretty much the only train you can take.
You could stop,
yeah,
but it's more expensive to stop. And it's already really expensive to begin with.
As it is, it's really pricey. If you think it's expensive in the U.S. on Amtrak, Via Rail is like the cartoon bulging eyes when you see the price when you're trying to book a train in Canada. It's very expensive.
Yeah. Foodies, I don't know how many hours that'll be, but I'm going to guess it's going to be like 15 hours.
Yeah.
LAX to...
Which is not bad because honestly, it was the flight from
Tokyo.
The flight from LAX to Tokyo was almost 12 hours. So what's a few more hours? That's another movie on the plane. Not too bad, I think. We can do it. You can do it.
Kikyo, thank you. Not retired age yet, but love the channel. Thank you. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.
It's good to hear. It's very good to hear when you're feeling sick and trying to make a video.
Jade explores struggling to find points/card strategy for 2 business class flights from the US to London, May 2025. You know, what you could do is go on points, and look at what some of the redemptions are And that'll kind of give you an idea of what maybe cards, to lean into. What would you say?
I would say if I just had to, without knowing your situation, but if I had to get 2 business class flights from the U.S. to London, I would either get the Chase Business Inc. because that's going to come with basically 100,000 welcome offer points, which are Chase points. Those can be transferred to basically any airline. That'd get you close to 1, depending on how much it is. Or look into the Amex Platinum, one of those. That's going to be another one that you could possibly get a pretty big thing. So if there's 2 of you going, if you both got the Chase Business Inc. card and one of you referred the other one, that's basically 220,000 points. That would pretty much do it, if you got a good deal on the flight. So that would be my strategy. What are your top 3 cities if you had to? That's easier than you think.
I like that he preempted it with impossible question.
It's gonna be easier.
Not too hard, probably. If we had to stop for 3 to 5 years, first of all, I would cry for right now because I'm not ready. But
number 1's easy.
Obviously, where we are is number 1, Thailand. What would you say for top 3 cities? Sorry. This very specific cities. So Bangkok, yeah.
Bangkok's
Where
number
else
1.
would you say?
I think Saigon is number 2.
And what would you say for number 3?
Tokyo is number 3. Although Tokyo, that would be a little expensive.
Might be a little pricey.
Tokyo is only
just for the housing.
3. Yeah, Tokyo would be 3.
Yeah.
Although if I was visiting, if I could visit a city for a week or 2, Tokyo would flip Saigon into number 2.
Oh, that's funny. Laura says she watched our early retirement story video and she didn't realize that Spanish was my first language.
A lot of people say English is not my first language. Kind of sad that she speaks better English than I do.
I wouldn't say that.
It's close, at least. It's close. It's pretty close. It's kind of embarrassing.
Silly. Let's see, where else are we? David Harrell, he's coming on the group trip.
But do you know, this is interesting. So when we were in college, I'll tell you a little bit something about Allie. See, because she speaks English as good as any of us, right? So nobody knew she spoke Spanish. She signed up for elementary Spanish class. Got like straight A. She didn't do the homework. She did nothing. I just had her do my homework for me. She literally took elementary Spanish in college.
But what happened? I couldn't finish the class, you guys.
She got kicked out.
I got kicked out because the instructor was an American woman who was teaching the Spanish class, and I just don't think, she knew that obviously I didn't need beginner Spanish.
Well, that's because you got in there, you started talking too good. You were from day one.
I needed to fumble.
You needed to mess stuff up.
I was just looking for an easy A, and it was a class that Rob was taking so we could hang out because, all cutesy college sweethearts.
Nope.
I ended up just doing his homework, and she knew I was doing his homework, so, it is what it is. Now you guys know our deep, dark secret of me taking a class that I had absolutely no business taking in college. I just wanted one easy class, you guys. All the other classes were hard.
Oh, that got us sidetracked.
Sorry. I don't know who did that, but we got sidetracked. Oh, Laura, that's your fault, Laura. For getting sidetracked. Just kidding.
Thank you, Laura. We appreciate that. I appreciate you hanging out with us. It's always great. Yeah, David's right. Always check Air Canada.
Yeah, Aeroplan has some incredible redemptions, and I feel like they have the widest variety for their code shares of what's possible we use
Yep.
them a lot. You're right, David.
Blue-Eyed Kansan saying, how do you track your travel expenses? Do you use an app, a program, or just an Excel spreadsheet? Funny you should ask that, because we just...
And Blue-Eyed Kansan is a member.
Yeah, so just today we uploaded our entire tracking system to the membership portal. So if you go in there and the little area where there's like rewards or whatever, I don't know how to do it because I'm not a member, but there'll be a link where you can download all of our spreadsheets. So right now it includes several spreadsheets. The first one is our budget, our monthly budget that we put in our videos. That one's included in there. Then there's a spreadsheet where we have all our credit cards listed, where basically you put your credit cards in there and it tells you which one you should use for every situation. And you can add credit cards, take credit cards away. You can test it too, which is really handy. Like if you say, what would it look like if I got this card? Would it change what cards I used? Things like that. That's very helpful. Mm-hmm. And then we also have a spreadsheet where we track all of our travel, where we put how many nights we're staying where, just all in one place. You can visualize, and it adds up how many nights you have at each hotel brand, so that you can see, well, if I do this, this, and this, we're going to get to our 60 nights at IHG, and we're going to get to our 60 at Hyatt, and we'll earn all our status. Then we have a YouTube spreadsheet in there, and then our stock portfolio. So all those spreadsheets are now free for members in the members area section of YouTube, and they're also in the course, the retirement travel.
They're also
course.
available, for retirement travel Jumpstart course. They're in there for you as well.
Yeah, so all of that's in there because we've been making these spreadsheets for like 7 years, and we first started out like everybody else does. We got the app, we got the TripIt app. I don't want to dog on TripIt, but like a lot of this stuff is just way too time consuming and cumbersome to be of any use, because I can't, you know how many places we're going and how many hotels I'm logging? I cannot be putting every single thing into TripIt and then pulling them up one by one. I need one place where I can see it all at a glance. Am I missing any dates? Is anything off? And this is how we've come to do it. I think a lot of the apps that people download for all these purposes are designed for the casual traveler, but they don't have the needs of the full-time traveler. People that are spending 300 nights on the road. So anyway, that's my spiel. That's all free for you guys if you're in there. So
I'm assuming that the comment cheater pumpkin eater was made by Louisa and not Michael. And no offense to American Spanish teachers. I thought I was literally just trying to get an easy A, and I was trying to hang out with my boyfriend. But yeah, I was cheating essentially.
Let's see. Paul just booked the little 2 roomettes side by side trick.
Ooh, yes, smart.
We did that with our son.
Yeah.
On the Lakeshore Limited.
Yeah.
Which is what they
that
did.
was actually the same one. We went from Chicago to New York when we went on our trip with him. Yeah.
Let's see. Ted, yes, we did share a lot of classes, Ted. It was good. We helped each other. Man, I do not miss homework.
No, thank you. Thank you, brown-eyed girl. I feel like I deserved an easy class because everything else was hard. School was hard for me. It was not hard for Rob, but it was hard for me.
Let's see. Elizabeth, have you ever stayed at the Holiday Inn Bottom? We haven't.
No, we've talked about it multiple times and looked at it. We haven't been to it. It's on the docket for when we get there. It's someplace that we do want to stay sometime. Hello, Linnell.
Hey, Linnell. Linnell's here.
Welcome.
Poverty to Paradise.
Hey,
Welcome.
better late than never, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Glad to see you, and you can catch up later, I guess, on the replays.
Yeah, and I did have one thing I was talking that would be good for you, Linnell, which was that I was talking to David about coming into Da Nang, and I know you said you had some free time, but I was basically saying, if you're gonna come in early, either early or late, better to come in early because you'll get over that jet lag before you get to the group activity section of the trip.
Yes.
Which, as we found out on the last group trip, you want to have your energy for that, or you end up like us, a little bit under the weather. So definitely think about that.
Reggie, I think a lot of people always get concerned about the passports. I just saw this being discussed in a group where someone was concerned because they had booked an Airbnb and the host wanted pictures of their passport and they thought they were going to get scammed. And the thing is that hotels, they don't keep your passports, but they do have to scan them. A lot of times they'll do a photocopy of it because they have to tell the government that you are there. Because they have to pay a fee for you being there, which usually they charge you as well. A lot of places will tell you, there's a city tax or whatever, X amount of dollars per night. Like when we stayed in Rome, we paid for the hotel, but then there was also the daily tax per person for staying. So everywhere is different. Sometimes it's a country tax, sometimes it's a city tax, but all of that has to be reported to the government, and that's how come they have to get your identification. It's completely normal for them to take a picture of it, for them to take a scan, for them to take, a photocopy of it. It's absolutely normal. They don't usually keep them though. We've not had that ever happen in ages. Used to be, way back in the day, they did used to take them and keep them. I remember checking into a hotel in Paris one time and them keeping the passport, which is fine. But otherwise, just always have either a picture of it on you at all times if you're not going to take it with you, and always have a very secure place that you keep them. Honestly, we rarely put them in the lockbox. We keep it in a secure location somewhere in the room. You would have to probably tear the place apart to find them, but you just have to, keep them safe.
Let's see. RKW, your thoughts on Social Security income by retiring early? Good question. We just looked ours up last month, last year. We did both work enough to get in Social Security. That's good, but we obviously can't take it yet. But there is that kind of gap. Like if you do what we're doing, from like 50 to 60, whatever. And how much you're gonna really get when you get there. I think the answer to that is what a lot of people are finding is YouTube. I mean that solves a lot of problems right there because it's actually good to still be earning money because of these things. Not only the money, but you have an income for those types of things. So, I don't know that you'd wanna go all these years and not earn any money. So that's why YouTube is perfect, because it's just like, if you don't really need a ton of money, you just want to supplement and you're not really sure about Social Security, that is a pretty good thing to look into. Let's see. David and Tom talking about TripIt. Yeah. I don't even want to have to email TripIt. Like, because the problem we have is some of them are on my phone, some are on Allie's phone. Sometimes we email them, it doesn't go through, so then I gotta get her phone to do it.
Yeah, it depends on whose account we're doing it on. And then the other problem is when, because not if, we change a date, then we have to resend it, and sometimes it doesn't always switch it. So yeah, it just kind of gets cumbersome after a while.
It's just,
seems like more work than we want to
It's so much easier just to type it into the spreadsheet, because normally, like in TripIt, you can't plan either. Like, so I have the whole year based out on like blocks of dates, and I'll say, what if we want to go here? What if we do this? What if we do this? And then it populates how many nights I'll have at each chain, and it'll tell me which status we'll have earned through that. And then so I've already populated like a pre-plan, and then basically when I book it, I just mark that as booked. So it's already in there, because the planning is the difficult part. Actually just putting in a TripIt wouldn't be bad, but I've already got it in the spreadsheet, so then it's just an extra step. So hopefully that made sense.
Yeah.
What are the dates for Da Nang? It is the end of May, first part of June.
Yeah. Rita, living large. Hi, Rita. Do you have like a plan? You want to get a point? You want to get a card for points, a new card? Let's see right here. What card plan? Oh, David's asking her. Yeah, what you're working on, Rita. Let us know so we can give you a little direction on what to get.
Yeah. Let's see. How long did it take you in the beginning to get monetized on YouTube? Did you start with travel channels? We started with a modeling. We started with a modeling channel first, and then our next 3 were basically travel channels. And it took us a little while the first time because we didn't have any idea what we were doing, which is what most people are in that situation, and that's how they quit. So after doing 5 or 6 of them, we kind of determined what was going to work and what wasn't, what was important, what was not. And that's why we put the course together for that. So there's a lot of people in the community that have gotten monetized way faster than we have. Shout out to Linnell, who's in here.
Poverty to Paradise.
Yep. Go look at her channel. You'll see that she started, I don't know if she's still in here, but if you're in here, Linnell, probably only been about 4 months. She's been monetized for a while. Also, Retired Life Mexico.
That's
they're
right.
in here.
They're in here
I think
too.
they got monetized in like 2 months.
Yeah. Amazing.
Amazing. We weren't even anywhere close to that because we were doing everything wrong the first few times.
The first couple channels.
So yeah, so a lot of people are getting monetized quickly. That's not definitely the norm. You know, I wouldn't say everybody is going to, get monetized right away, but it's definitely possible. So
yeah. And Reggie, yeah, I totally understand, being the paranoid dad, about that. But yeah, definitely take the pictures of them, but also have them have photocopies of each other. So we always have 2 copies. We have one of our own and one of the other with us as well. So make sure you have that like on you also, just so that you've got pictures of your ID if you need them. And then we also have them on our phones as well in a locked folder. So you can never have too many, pictures and copies of it, because it's always helpful. If something happens, you can easily get into the embassy wherever you are and get that taken care of.
Gary says if he's making over $25,000 a year with YouTube in 2 years, he'll wait on Social Security, otherwise take the early retirement. You never know, Gary.
You never know.
You could be an internet sensation in the next 2 years. You're pretty funny. You'd be pretty entertaining when you start your YouTube channel, I think.
I'm waiting on your videos because I know I'm going to be entertained.
Yeah. And it's surprising how quickly the money can start adding up, like pretty quickly. That's only $2,000 a month. I think most of our channels were making $2,000 a month. So
yeah.
Let's see. Glad Kansan got 700,000 points in 6 months. Wow.
Nice. That's awesome. Way to stockpile them.
Oh, Linnell says she started in June and was monetized in August. So
oh, yeah. So 2 months also. Yeah.
That is quick. That is very quick.
Nice.
Yeah, but
excellent work.
That's
guys.
the thing, guys.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know Linnell and you don't know Retired Life Mexico, and you obviously can see us, but it's people in our age range. If you're in this age range, people looking to you because you seem authoritative or knowledgeable on a subject, because you have experience, and people, you may think you don't, but you do. You have experience in a lot of things, and everything is, people want to learn from that. I see Cherie says Linnell is a beast. She is. She followed the course to the letter.
She really did.
She did. Like, I was like, I went and looked at Linnell's channel. I was like, oh man, she really went for it.
She did.
And then I was
we were
like,
actually just talking about it today.
I was like, yeah. See, I was like, that's what happens. Like, if you just literally just say, I'm gonna do this, it can be done, right? Like, it can be done.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's inspiring because, no matter where you are, you can get this done.
Mm-hmm.
Inspired us to get some stuff done on one of our channels. Let's see. Is your travel course geared for traveling overseas or U.S. travel? Almost totally overseas, not U.S. at all. I don't even know what to tell you to do in the U.S. It's just so expensive. If you're trying to travel in the U.S., it's gonna be pricey. That's why we ended up on cruises. Let's see. Ron's gonna delay Social Security. We don't have any plans to take it early either.
Nope.
We'll see.
No need to just yet.
Let's see. Do you ever get called for jury duty while you're traveling abroad? No, because the way you do that is you sign up in one of the states. We have a video on that we moved to South Dakota. You moved. You do it in a city where they know what you're doing. They don't call you for jury duty then. Because they know you're not coming. Now, if
It's been 7 years and they haven't called us.
Yeah.
They're not looking for us.
Shree says, yeah, everybody's saying Gary can do this. Gary can do this.
You can, Gary.
Gary,
seriously, you are
got
hilarious.
This. You're hilarious. Made me smile just when I saw your comment. That's good because, you know. Yeah, we've had to give our passports to a lot of people. So
yeah,
it is a little scary.
We did have to do it on the cruise. We did a 21-day cruise from Rome to Dubai, and they had we surrendered our passports. That's right, at the beginning. I was thinking it had been a long time, but that's not true. You're right. We did give them up on that trip because we were going to countries with incredibly fussy, for lack of a better word, immigration rules, and we're coming in by ship to places like Oman and Egypt and Israel. Those were all tough ones. They even immigration would board the ship and you had to go see them in one of the dining rooms and meet face to face with an agent. It was complicated. So yeah, sometimes you do have to do that, but they take responsibility for it. So I figure it's the company that's doing it, so it's fine.
If you had a child, where would you raise it?
If I had a child.
I do have a child in LA.
Hope I don't have any more children, but the two that we had.
We're currently raising one in LA and one in Chicago. But
the two we have are in the US.
If in a hypothetical situation where we were much younger and there was a new child in our life, I don't know. I'd consider just coming to Thailand and raising them here.
Yeah, we thought about doing that when our kids were younger. We would take them on extended trips out of the country because we could. We homeschooled our kids, so we took them on work trips with us. And we did 6 weeks in Panama one time. That was really fun. We would take them, to Spain, to all different kinds of places. They got to experience a lot of really cool stuff. So it's not too bad either to take them out of the country, give them different experiences. Not that the U.S. is bad, it just gives them different experiences.
Jean says, Dodger fan here. I think that's in reference to my shirt.
Oh.
I have a Giants shirt on.
Oh.
I am not a Giants fan.
No, the only reason why you bought this was because we went to a Giants game in San Francisco and the shirt was cheap.
Yeah, I'm not a Giants fan. But I will wear...
But congratulations on your World Series win for Dodger fans.
I will wear any MLB shirt that is passed to me. So.
Oh, Louisa said that they got called in Livingston as escapees for jury duty 3 times, but they got a waiver each time. Yeah.
Let's see. Call Lacey? I don't know if I said that right. Bought the Kindle page turner you and Alexa were talking about.
Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Let me tell you right now. I was just telling Rob, I use it all the time. I took a bath last night. I used it in the tub. I set my Kindle up and I just was turning the page. I love that thing. It's so great.
Thanks, William. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate that.
Gonna do a few more
few
before
more.
a quick round here. Oh, I didn't realize we were going for so long. Wow.
Oh man, it's 1:10 in the morning here.
It's past my bedtime, you guys.
And we are jet lagged. Let's see. It's tomorrow. I think tomorrow's gonna be a sleep-in day.
I think so too.
Let's do a couple of questions here. I see. It's all hypothetical for us to raise a kid in Thailand because we've never done it. So I don't know. But I think I would probably attempt it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
How do you manage all your channels? Well, it's in the spreadsheet that's in the thing. We just have like a big. The biggest thing that we do is we keep our running list of every single idea that comes into our head. Like, we have a list. So like throughout the day, I might think of 3 ideas and she might think of 3 ideas for a video for any channel. We put it on that list. And they don't have to think about it anymore. And then about once a month, we sit down and decide which videos we're going to make for the month. And then we take those off the list and put them in the schedule. And then we just make them. And the list just keeps growing. And so there's a huge list. So hopefully that's helpful.
Yeah.
No family in other countries. No, well, you have some family in the Dominican Republic.
In the Dominican Republic, where my parents are originally from. But everybody else lives in the U.S.
Yeah, Ron, I just saw the Willie Adamas signing. $170 million, I think.
Nice.
Let's see, yeah.
Favorite areas in Bangkok? I mean, anywhere along Sukhumvit for the most part, except for the Nana area.
Anywhere on the BTS.
On the BTS line?
MRT line. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, brown-eyed girl, Red Wings not doing well. Sorry about that. Another year. Let's see. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate your kind words. I think did we get all the questions?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we got most of the questions. All right, well, we'll probably try to be back next week because we enjoy talking to you guys, and it brings a smile to our face. So
yeah,
next week,
clearly,
same place, same time. I think you might have cured my cough.
I think so. He got better as we went along.
Better.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
Hope you guys
Linnell.
have a super duper day. Make sure you check out the description. Got all kinds of links for you there. And we mentioned a bunch of friends' channels on here that are doing amazing. Thank you, everybody. We will see you next week, right?
See you next week.
Next week? All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.